So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Welcome back, guys. I'm always going to ask you for one favor, just one favor, guys. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, it's your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, or let your friends know that there was a real good channel out there, with a truthful Latin guy, with a Baba Luke, one of those guys. So please don't forget. Saludos, Alberto. Saludos to all of you. To all of you out there. Saludos to all of you. So please don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, and subscribe to this wonderful, truthful channel. All right, guys? Don't forget that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about a few things that we must talk about. We have to address this because we talk about not only about watches in this channel, but we try to, touch a couple of different topics. And one of them is the price of gold. The price of gold is sneaking again. It's sneaking again, and I'm watching gold. I'm watching it. And right now, the price of gold is $3,434.80. Something unbelievable. Saludos, Aquiles. Saludos. It's unbelievable. The ounce of silver is dropping faster than you know who, and it's at $38 an ounce. And the price of platinum, which it was at one moment at $1,500, has dropped down to $1,330. That's right. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about another material there that I spoke to you last month. I spoke to you about this material last month, and if you guys were here when I talked about it, or you've seen my reruns, I reruns my videos. I put them all over, all day long, every day. But I was talking to you about a material called rhodium. Rhodium. It's like a silver white metallic, material, that they use to put on rings and make them shiny, rhodium. You know what I'm saying, Dr. Donut. I mean, Mr. Donut, excuse me. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, rhodium. And ladies and gentlemen, I gave you a rundown of all the years the way rhodium has behaved. Again, one more time. And this ring here has that big shine because it has rhodium on it, that silver metallic, white metallic, makes it look beautiful. For platinum, they use it, all that good stuff. And I told you in 2013, the price of rhodium was at $1,069. In 2014, was $1,174. In 2015, $955. In 2016, $696. Do yourself a favor, if you want, Google it, what's happening today, 25. And in 2016, it was $696 an ounce. It went down. In 2017, it was at 1,108. In 18, it went all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. Listen and learn. It went all the way up to $22,252. You imagine the one that bought it for $696 an ounce, Unbelievable. And then it went down in 2019 to $3,918. It dropped faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. 2019. 2020, it went back up to $11,205. And 21, it went all the way up again. This is the way it's been behaving. All the way up again to $20,254. Unbelievable. Then it went down in 2022 to $15,585. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. In 2023, it went all the way down to $6,660. In 2024, it went down to $4,752. And ladies and gentlemen, I spoke to you last month about rhodium. And the price was in 2025, last month, $5,700. And ladies and gentlemen, I've known this for the last couple of days, but I just let it go. And today as we speak, $5,700 last month, an ounce of rhodium. Today is between $6,900 and $7,000 an ounce. And I spoke to you about rhodium. I told you rhodium is to take a look, see at it. I'm not telling none of you to buy gold. I'm not telling none of you to buy rhodium. I'm just telling you what's going on, what these people won't tell you. The channels that you like to support and look at, what they don't tell you, I will. And I will, no te meta aquí, no te meta, no te meta. Because I'm stupid like that. I tell you these things, You understand me? This is what it is. So you understand what's happening with the gold, the way it's behaving, and you understand, the way the rhodium is behaving, okay? Yeah, I'm not giving you no financial advice here. I'm no financial advice. I'm telling you the way it's behaving, all right? I also want to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell all of you something that you need to know. There's a lot of people out there, they have been messaging me and sending me texts and sending me email. Since I'm telling you in this channel, we come to talk the truth here, this is what we're going to talk the truth. I've had a couple of, I don't even know the subscribers of mine. I don't even look to see who's there. I don't do none of those silly things to see who's a subscriber or not. I don't care. Doesn't bother me if you are or you're not. But they sent me an email asking me that he was thinking of consigning his watch. Listen and learn. He was thinking of consigning his watch. And he was thinking to consign it with a company from the Lone Star State, from over there, from Texas, over there, the cowboy people, over there. He was thinking to consign it with the guy that has the cockeye, the cockeye. Nothing wrong with a cockeye, nothing wrong with a cockeye. He was the partner of trucking sweat stained hat, jumbo whiteout ears, small hands, small feet, 5 feet, 1 inch, you know what I'm saying? Well, skin tight leotard jeans, unbelievable. He was his partner. And he was thinking of consigning his watch with that company from over there, from the Lone Star State. They have over there Big Pun and Heavy D, over there too, over there in that place, the Lone Star State. Big Pun and Heavy D. And they also have over there the two, listen to me carefully, the two Jehovah Witness brothers. Over there too. They no longer make any more watch content. They don't make no more watch content. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm telling you this, all of you out there, do not consign your watches with no one. There's no money out there, and what you're going to do is you're going to give your watches out for free. And there's nothing you can do about it. Once they have it under the power, logo material. So, nobody's going to give you this type of advice, but I will, because I'm stupid like that. Te he dicho que no te metas más. Déjame. Hoy vengo serio. So do not consign your watches with no one. If I can stay here 30 minutes telling you do not consign your watches with no one, I'll keep on telling you. You understand? These people are desperate. These people need someone to maintain their lifestyle. That fantastic, luxurious, lifestyle, They're looking for window lickers, lollipop suckers, crayon eaters, tomato cans, cow tippers, possum kickers, palm olive dish lickers, whatever it is. But do not consign your watches with no one at this moment. There's no money out there. La situación está caótica. The situation is chaotic. I'm telling you this. You guys need to know these things. There's no money out there. Nobody's buying watches. I don't care what platform you're looking at. I don't care what group you belong to. Nobody is buying watches. Yes, they're buying watches amongst themselves. Amongst themselves. You ever heard the terminology just changing money? You know, changing money? You know about that one, or you don't know about changing money? Or you have a better one you can say, you know? Changing money. Somebody help me out, you know? ¿Tú entiendes? So you got to watch it. And if you do consign your watches with these people, you can start losing parts of your watch. All right? Whether it's a new one, whether it's an old one, whether it's a vintage one. Okay, that one right there. That's it. Creative, right there. He said it. I didn't want to say it because, you know, I don't want, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm only coming to bring you knowledge in this channel. You understand? I come to bring you knowledge. And this is it. There's no money out there. So please do not. If somebody's calling you and asking you if you have any watches that you want to consign, that you want to sell, that we give you a 5%, we charge you a 5, a 4, a 10. Papi, listen, you can do it yourself. You can do it yourself. You don't need nobody to consign your watches with. You understand me? You don't need nobody to, you don't need to work with nobody. Those people have flim-flammed and fleeced many people out of their children's tuition, educational money, you know? No te metas en eso, no seas gilipollas, you know? You know what palomo is? I'm going to explain to you what palomo is. Palomo. Palomo, when I use the word palomo in Spanish, what I'm saying is naive. Okay? When I say palomo, that is naive. Don't be naive. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, you understand what I'm saying, right? So when you hear me say that, you know what the word palomo is. Don't be naive. When I say lambón, when I use the word lambón, when I use the word lambón, that means don't be a sucker. Okay? So now you know what palomo, and now you know what lambón is. I'm here to teach all of you for free. For free. For free. I'm here to teach you for free, papi. For free. I'm not going to charge you no $20, $15 for memberships. None of that. None of that, papi. None of that. No need for that. No need for that. No need for that. You know? I'm telling you what's going on. The owners of the world are getting prepared. You know? I keep on telling you that this is a big business. And is run by a big corporation, you know? A big corporation. Don't think for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, don't think for a moment that this country, that the one is running this country is a president. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind if you believe that this country is being run by the president. I think the last president that ran in this country was Dwight Eisenhower. Dwight Eisenhower. Listen and learn. Vengo con ganas aquí, vengo con ganas de enseñarle. Dwight Eisenhower. And when he left Pennsylvania Avenue, when he left, he said to the American people, there are two things you need to watch here. You understand what they are? I'm going to tell you what they are because I'm stupid like that. He said you need to keep an eye on the ICA. If you don't know what that means, you play with the letters. You play with the letters. You know it, Mr. Blair. I'm dropping knowledge. You know it. You know what I'm saying. These people know nothing. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. He said you need to look out for the ICA. Unbelievable, that guy. Unbelievable, that Dwight. He's unbelievable. And the military-industrial complex. Those are the ones that run this country. Papi, you come here to learn, Papi. Don't be scared. You come to learn. I come to learn from you guys too. I love to learn from you guys. So don't think for a moment that the blue team or the red team is running this country. The one that is running this country, I'm going to tell you who the ones. The ones that control the information are the ones in control of power. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true what I just finished saying. Unbelievable what I just finished saying to you guys. Nobody would tell you that. First of all, those Muppet boiler room secondary gray watch market channels and dealers, they don't have that, Poppy. They don't have that. They don't have it. They know how to eat sushi, you know, $17,000 steak dinners, but they don't know nothing else. They're also skip hopping around through life like rabbits. They are also, you know, skip hopping around like bunny rabbits. You know? Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying, Thurston Howell III. You know what I'm saying, and I have to tell you all these things because it's my duty to tell you these things, ladies and gentlemen. People are asking me, you know, who's running the country? And I look at them and I say, for sure, it ain't the president. And they look at me like I have 50 heads. They look at me like I'm a mashugana. I'm a mashugana. I just finished telling you who was the last president that came out of there, and he said it. Dwight Eisenhower said, be careful, be careful, be careful with the ICA and the military industrial complex. Those are the ones that run our country. Those are the ones that pour la bombita. You know, the little bombs they throw? Those are the ones. It ain't that guy over there, that new guy in the new administration. It ain't that guy. Don't think for a moment it's that guy. You know what I'm trying to say? I know you guys ain't used to a channel like this one. You just want to hear fantasies. You know? You heard it. The farewell speech. Tell him, Thurston, look into it. Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you something. They push all the buttons, Poppy. All the buttons. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. But if you read and you look, you know, you put the dots together. And it's what it is, Poppy. Now you have those two people. The one was a president, and the wife was running for the presidency. And she lost, you know who I'm talking about? The machines, you know, the machines. You know who they are? I bet you nobody doesn't put it up there who they are. The machine, you know, the husband was a president and the wife was running for presidency too, but, you know, she lost, you know. And now, I think both of them are being called and, you know, they're being, I'm telling you what's going on because he's a hero, Poppy. He was a hero. He was the last thing we had. The last thing we had. You know? There you go. Listen to Nelson. You listen to Nelson, you know what that is. Let me drink a little bit of jungle juice because I might say something I'm not supposed to say. You know? So there you go. Those are the ones that are doing everything because they're the ones. Listen to me, guys. The president is there for 4 years. The president is for 4 years, right? If you make it to a second term, it's 8 years. But if you don't make it to 2 terms, you're 4 years and you kish. You're out of there. But the people that work for the ICA, they're employees forever. 35, 40, 45 years. The whole day. Please, people, you need to wake up. I cannot continue waking up one tomato can at a time. I need your help. I need your help. All right? So there it is. You know what? You know what? You know, Mr. Blair. You know it. I just, I'm trying because, I try to make this funny for them and happy for them. But it is what it is. So we talked about already consigning your watches. We talked about who is truly running our country. You know, the Bohemian Grove. They all get together in the Bohemian Grove together. They sit down, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. You don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are skip hopping around through life like rabbits. And you guys should be, you guys are privileged, un privilegio that you have me telling you these things. And you can go back and say these things, because you can Google it. Like Mr. Thurston Howell III said, he put it there for you, on December 22nd, he gave this speech and he said it right there. And that, back there, in the 60s, he said it when he was gone. I'm just telling you what it is because you guys need to know what's going on because you guys think that tariff is not going to do nothing. No, tariffs. It's not going to do nothing in the watch industry. Well, I got news for you. If you're thinking about Rolex, about AP, Richard Mille, Vacheron, Patek, and we're talking about, in general, all the watches. Movado, Citizen, all those watches. You know what I'm trying to say? All, because it's not, you guys are only thinking about Rolex. It's gonna be un descojonamiento. If that comes in for real, like that, like a hurricane, 39%. People are telling me, sending me messages, as you can see, they're up there too, telling me that maybe a 14%, 15%, etc., etc., etc. I'm telling you, this will be a catastrophe. Fubar, 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 fubar. And let me tell you something, because where you have to be honest, you have to be honest. I'm telling you, those people over there in Geneva, they've been giving this to us for how many years, Thurston? How many years, Mr. Donut? How many years, Mr. Blair? How many years? Those people over there. Look at that. They know. They're not stupid. You don't know how long. Papi, Bicocho, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Papi, for decades, they've been giving this to us. To you and me. To you and me. You understand? You got those people over there too. You got the people over there, the subway train jumper with his son vacuum on the Diamond District on 47th Street. Those people, they're already dizzy. They're already dizzy already. It's coming in, You got there, Sinbad. You got there the genie with the shaved head and the sides and the man bun, running like a little rabbit. We don't know what that was, we don't know. We're not saying that, I'm not saying that. But he was jumping, in the floor. But where I come from in the Bronx, and they ready to get you, pa, busted mouth, boom, pa, ping. Yeah, let's go. None of that stuff, that was beautiful. That was like an opera, it was, giving him love. Not where I come from. Te desbaratan todo, papi. Te hacen mierda. But I'm only telling you what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I come today prepared to tell you things that you guys need to know. And when you leave here, you can go to your favorite fantasy channel and you can go over there and, be happy and hear about the strap and the movement and the rotor. You can listen to all that, papi. Papi, this is it right here. The rest is fantasy. Estamos jodidos. We're living right now in tough times. I'm telling you, and this guy, I don't know. You don't think for a moment. I'm telling you that is the blue, party or the red party. I told you it's not them. It's not them. It's not them. It's not them. You got those people, they're together, and then you got the Rothschilds, which are worth. Do you guys know how much the Rothschilds are worth? I want to know if somebody knows how much the Rothschilds are worth. And I've talked to you about this already. Let's put it this way. The Rothschilds can bank each side of the war and they're going to make money. There you go. Somebody knows. There he goes. You read it. I didn't say it. You read it. I didn't say it. You read it. I didn't say it. You understand me? When you have that, you're the owner, Bobby. You're the owner. These people finance whatever war you throw at them. They finance both sides and they make money. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I'm going to tell you something else now. It is sick. It is sick. You know what that is? At least you caught on to what I said, Mr. Blair. At least I think that's what you're saying is sick. You know what it is to finance both sides of the war and make money? The one that loses, don't worry about it. I'm making money here. I'm making money on these two, and I'm making money. That is crazy. So this is why I have to tell you that the ones that are running our country, forget about it. Forget about it. It ain't the blue, it ain't the red, and it ain't the president. You crazy. I finished telling you, the ones that control the information are the ones in control of power. Unbelievable, but true what I just finished saying. Kino, hold me back. Hold me back while I just finished telling these people. Hold me back. Hold me back. Unbelievable. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell all of you something before I go to the next subject. You don't need to go. I mean, it's good if you go to school. But if you can't go to school for whatever reason, you need to read. You need to read. And if you can't read, you need to watch the movie, The Network. And if you can't read, you need to watch the movie, They Live. You understand me? And if you can't read, you need to watch the movie 99 Homes. You follow what I'm trying to say? You understand me? And if you can't go to school, you just keep on, asking questions. Like I would ask questions to Paco Gambino. Paco Gambino. But I don't know if you guys are prepared for this. Minority Report, there you go. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. But I have to because my time here is limited. My time here, you got to go watch The Walking Dead. Go watch The Walking Dead. Papi, this is upside down. What I told you today, and I'm going to ask people like Mr. Blair. I'm going to ask people like Mr. Thurston Howard III. I'm going to ask people like Mr. Donut that I say something powerful today about, the ones that control the information are the ones that control the power, that I told you guys something that, this country is not, the president doesn't run this country, man. You crazy? Are you crazy? The president running this country? You're out of your mind. The president doesn't run this country for nothing. I told you who runs this country. The ICA. The ICA. And if you don't understand what the letters ICA, you play with them. You play with them like I play with them. You play with them. And if you don't know what military industrial complex is, you Google it. You Google it. You Google it. And that's it. And you find out. You think they're going to leave a president that's going to be here for 4 years, run the country, push a button on a bomb, you know, do this, do that? Are you out of your mind? Do you think that AI, somebody did it? You think that Bookface, somebody did it? You think that guy that does electric cars, Tesla, you think he really did it? You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm serious today. Today I'm serious. You're out of your mind. You're lucky you got me. I'm gonna go viral, man. I'm gonna go viral. They're gonna come knocking on my door, and I'm gonna laugh at them. Hey, come on, guys. I'm only playing. Look at this gentleman. What he asked me. He asked me who's gonna be the next poster child. He's coming. It might be Bad Bunny. I'm telling you what it is. You guys don't want to hear the truth. You guys don't want to hear the truth. There it is. I said it. You can't handle the truth. I said it right now. You guys can't handle the truth. This is unbelievable what I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen. I am telling you, don't think for a moment. Don't you think for a moment that those two twins, you know, that guy with the black eye, you know, the Black Eye Club, you know, he invented Bookface. Don't you think for a moment that he invented Bookface, you know? Or don't you think the guy with the electric cars, you know, he came out of nowhere, you know, with a buzz haircut, you know, worth over $400 billion. Come on, Bobby, get real. Or the one that invented the AI. I told you already, it's a big club. And me and you are not in it. It's a big club. And they know it. It's a big club. The Red Shoe Club. It's the Red Shoe Club. I know what I'm trying to tell you guys because you need to hear this. Because these people are going to continue dumbing down on you. Dumbing down. Does anybody know what that means, dumbing down? You know what I'm talking. I'm trying to tell you the truth. You know, you just haven't found nobody that can talk to you like this. But most of you understand all this. No sean palomos. No sean palomos. Remember what the word palomo is. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. You understand? You understand what I'm trying to say? People, listen to me. Me and you, come on. Who are we? You know, we haven't signed our name in blood. You know, we haven't sold our soul. We can say what we want. Who are we? What platform do we have? What? 32 organic subscribers? Come on. Come on, Bobby. They go for monsters, not for this. But even the monsters won't even dare to say what I just finished saying. Tesla. You know, that guy, Tesla. Are you kidding me? You're out of your mind. What do you think? You think that Bookface wasn't put there by the ICA? Let me tell you, man. I got to be honest. We are something else, man. We are the most powerful thing there is. The most powerful. Papi, you know what it is to control the whole world with that Bookface? You know what it is to control the whole world? Listen, man. Now, respect to those people, man. Every single one way or the other, they have one of those Bookfaces, you know? Everybody, and just gathering information. Do you remember? Some time ago that they were selling a product. You know, listen and learn. They were selling a product. I never forget this. It was very funny. My daughter even told me about this. My daughter tells me, "Hey, Dad, they're selling this thing that, you know, they sent it to you. It costs like you would even pay to incriminate yourself. Listen to this. You would even pay to incriminate yourself if you did something bad. So it was this thing that they would send you a kit, and you would put like a Q-tip in your mouth, whatever it is, pull a hair, bang, pull one from, dang, and put it in a plastic, and you would send it. You know what I'm trying to say? Are you following me? Yes or no? Yes, Mr. Donald, listen to this. And that was unbelievable. It was, yes, that stuff. And people were sending, all their DNA, all their DNA. It's unbelievable. This is what I'm trying to say, that we are skip hopping around through life while they are there in the I don't know, Pentagon, whatever you call it, just the whole day. How can we get these people? And people were paying like, I don't remember the number, like $60. They will send you the kit, boom. And they had everybody's DNA, boom, boom, boom. And they were bombarding people, send me 4 boxes. I want to know my mother's my real mother, my real brother, blah, 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 blah. People were just sending in. People were sending in and sending in and sending in. You guys don't know about this, Papi, but these people are unbelievable. The ICA is unbelievable, man. That's the biggest thing there is. Don't ever frog around with those. Don't ever. They said it. They said it correct. You're here for 4 years. Get out of here. I'm here for a lifetime. A lifetime. Those people are a lifetime. You seen that movie with that guy, that short guy, De Niro Robert? You know De Niro Robert, and he's in he has a van. I don't know, one of those Bela Wiggle. I don't know, one of those trailers, and he has everything there in the van, and he has an underground, and and he's already they're there. That's like that. No, not the Irishman. No. It's a funny one. It's a funny movie that he's in the fuckers. The fuckers. I think it's the fuckers. The fuckers. The fuckers. And he's there in the fuckers. He goes under the van, under the Winnebago. The Winnebago. He goes there and he puts on his earphones. It's like that. You're there forever. You're there forever, Papi. You're there forever. Try to understand what I'm saying. And this is how it is. This is control, Papi. They're control. Like keep on getting it through your head. There is no president, and somebody said it already here. He left somewhere December, I don't know when he left, in the 60s, and he said, keep your eyes open for the ICA and keep your eyes open for the military-industrial complex. That's it, Bobby. There's no president that can run this country. You crazy? He's a puppet. So now Eisenhower was the most truthful president, the last thing we had left. Eisenhower was the last thing we had. That's it. And he said it, man. He said it on his, I don't know if it was his farewell speech. If somebody can help me out with it. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Donut. That's the only way. It's the only way. It's the only way, Papi. Don't ever forget that. You are ICA. No, forget it. Don't forget it. Forget about that. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. You crazy? No, we're gonna throw. We're thinking of throwing a bomb over here. There it is. It was December the 22nd, 1960. The farewell address. And that mother frogger, and I mean mother frogger in a positive way. That mother frogger, before he left, he said, and don't forget, keep your eyes open for the ICA and for the military-industrial complex. And he left. And since then, since that time, Since that time, there has never been a president that has run this country. I don't know. I don't want to tell you no more. I don't want to tell you no more. Pretty soon I'm going to have to retire because I'm telling you people too much knowledge that you guys don't, you know. And that's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. So there it is. You know what's going on. Mr. Thurston Howell III, he's unbelievable. He cooperated giving us the date, December the 22nd, 1960, the farewell address. I get goosebumps, man. When I read that stuff, you know, when I read that stuff, my wife tells me, what's wrong? I said, no, I just read something that blew my hair back and knocked my socks off. She says, for real? I said, for real. Unbelievable, but true, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next topic. Enough of that nonsense already. Our next topic is, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to know something from the bottom of my heart. You know it, Damon. You know it. See, people, they like this. They like this topic. They want to keep on talking about it. You know, I want to get out and they pull me back in. You know, because they like it. Because it's for real, papi. I'm telling you, there's no president running our country. Not, what was the one that was last time here? The last president, not that guy, not the other guy, not the other, nobody. Those are puppets and strings. That's it. The ones, I'm gonna tell you, you should write this down. You should have this written down. The ones that control the information. The ones that control the information. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. The ones that control the information are the ones that control all the power. It's unbelievable, papi. I gave you everything. I gave you book fakes. You know, I gave you AI. I gave you the guy with the electric cars. No, because that guy is the nephew, the grandson, the this, that. You think you're gonna come over here and invent something? You think, you know that guy, Julian Brown. You know Julian Brown. You know? You don't know who Julian Brown is? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you then who Julian Brown is. Julian Brown is a gentleman that he was working with Energy. Unbelievable. Energy, the deal they just made a couple of weeks ago. You know, that guy from Pennsylvania Avenue. He made the big, you know, the plastic guy. You know, the plastic. You know, gasoline. You know, you think you're going to come over here, you know? The only way he's going to be tranquilo, you know, without no problem, come over here. Because you're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know that plastic, because, papi, we got plastic straws, plastic bottles, and we don't know what this, we don't know what to do with this plastic, that plastic, we don't know what to throw in the garbage. You know, we don't know what to do with the plastic. Well, they found out what to do with plastic. You convert it back into gasoline. But you see, energy is power, man. Energy is power. Look, somebody wrote it down. Energy is power. You know, I'm telling you, the biggest deal ever that was done 2 weeks ago over there with the European, help me out, Thurston, help me out, Mr. Blair, help me out, Mr. Donut, help somebody, Damon, help me out. The European, I think it's the European Union, right? The European Union. It's unbelievable. And suddenly that kid was running to the hills. The European Union, that kid was running with two bottles of plastic bottles running all the way. You know, he was running away. Because you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. You're gonna tell me you invented that book face. You invented the IA, Papi, eso no existe. Eso no existe. Eso no existe. No sean lambones. No sean lambones. I know that you guys want to stay in this conversation, but it's unbelievable. The knowledge that I drop here for free is unbelievable, It's unbelievable. I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You said it. That's why there's no cure for cancer. You think they don't have a little magic pill? You think they don't have a magic pill to finish with that? Listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is going to be the last one I'm going to tell you. When you become a billionaire, in this world, you get the perks of hearing about all the medicine that's coming out. I didn't say that it cures nothing. You get the perks of what's happening. You think that pill, that blue pill, that blue pill that the guy, from the movie, the guy that he was a salesman selling pharmaceuticals, you know what I'm trying to say? The one that you were put in because, and some man had trouble, in the bed with the woman, with the wife, whatever you want to call it, with the friend, the side chick, and they will use a little la bombita. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Franco Fiore. There it is. That was already out years ago. Years ago. Those people, the billionaires, they got that one. It wasn't in the 1990s. No. They had it a long time ago. Let's let it go. You're gonna tell me that basketball player for the LA, the LA people over there, those Lakers, I think it's called. The guy, he was sick. He said he made love to over 10,000 women. The basketball player, they call that guy the Magic Man. Magic Man? And that guy looks better than me. Because they pick and choose who they're going to give the jungle juice to. I know what I'm telling you. I know what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell all of you so I can get into the watch market update. I think I'm tired already, 50 minutes, wow. I'm going to tell all of you something that you should know. And I've been telling you this for the last year. I'm going to tell you again today. Smart money. I know we all love luxury. We love luxury. But I'm telling you that smart money is staying away from luxury goods. Smart money is staying away from luxury goods. So be smart, No, do not spend your money. Do not spend your money on dodo bird things. Be smart with your money. I'm telling you this because everything that I spoke for 50 minutes was just all a joke. Okay? But I'm talking to you serious now. You're hearing me out there, people? That was a joke. 50 minutes that I spoke about all this was just a joke. Smart money. Smart money, real smart money. Real smart money is staying away from luxury goods. Right, guys? So there it is, right? Yeah, there it is, Ozempic. They bring me back again. But I don't want to keep on. But you guys want to keep on. I think I'm going to have to do a channel just to talk about these things because you guys like this a lot. But it's the truth, it is. Even that Ozempic, Anyway, I'm going to give you a watch market update, right, guys? I'm going to give you a watch market update. Stay away. Stay away. Be smart. Smart money is staying away from luxury goods. Our first watch is a Rolex stainless steel oyster bracelet. 42 millimeter Sky Dweller. Green dial. Reference number 336934. Retail price $15,800. $15,800 with a mint green dial. The Sky Dweller with an oyster bracelet. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean don't pay for that watch more than $20,500, and you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. I know it's your money, and you do whatever you want. Our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Jubilee, 40 millimeter. You know, unbelievable. You know, it's that Bruce Wayne. You know the Bruce Wayne that they're putting all the way up to $20,000. Well, I'm not gonna give you that watch market update. I'm not me. The Bruce Wayne with a Jubilee 40 millimeter. Reference number 126710GRNR. Don't pay for that watch, and I mean don't pay for that watch more than $17,800, and dumping again. And here we go, dumping again. Don't pay more. Don't pay more. Don't be lollipop suckers. Don't be window lickers. Don't be crayon eaters. Don't be tomato cans. Don't be possum kickers, ladies and gentlemen. The watch market is dead. Nobody is buying watches. Nobody. Next watch, ladies and gentlemen. Rolex Yellow Gold Daytona 40 millimeter white dial, new reference number 126508, full set, retail price $48,400. You know, you got the green one, you know, the one with the John Mayer, John Mayer, you know, green dial with the champagne or gold color ones. You know what I'm trying to say. This is the one with a white dial. Don't pay, and it's $48,400, the retail price. Don't pay more than $47,000, and bang, dead. You do whatever you want with your money. Ladies and gentlemen, the next watch is a Rolex Yellow Gold Sky Dweller 42 millimeter green dial. Reference number 336938 with an oyster bracelet. Retail price is $55,000. You do yourself a favor. You do yourself a favor. If you want to do a favor, do it to UNICEF. Do it to the homeless, animal shelters. Help them all out, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch, for that green, yellow gold with the green. I think it's the most beautiful green dial there is. Don't pay more. And I mean don't pay more, Mr. Donut. Mr. Donut, don't pay more for that watch. Don't pay more than $66,000. And it is dropping, dead. You do whatever you want. It's your money, and you do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Yachtmaster 40 millimeter silver dial with the blue hand, you know, with that beautiful blue hand, you know, the Yachtmaster. Unbelievable looking watch. Unbelievable. Reference number 126622. Retail price is $12,500. Ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch. And I mean this. Don't pay for that watch more than $13,200, and bang, dead. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. Our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel GMT. You know, unbelievable GMT. Beautiful watch. You know, ceramic, black ceramic, reference number 116710LN. Discontinue with the green hand, ladies and gentlemen. With the green hand. Unbelievable looking watch. Retail price, you know, for this collector's grave is $8,450. You know, I don't know what I'm telling you. The GMT, you know, it's a beautiful watch. You can, the same thing as the Bruce Wayne that you're paying $17. You pay for this one, don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more than $9,300, and dumping. Okay, you do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, here's another watch for you guys. It's the Rolex White Gold GMT, you know, blue sapphire stones, diamonds, you know, unbelievable pave dial, reference number 116759SA. Retail price is $128,300. You do whatever you want, Papa. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch. Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? I already gave you the retail price. What am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? White gold, diamond, you know, all that stuff. All that good stuff. What am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? Nobody knows? Well, here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's saying $66,000. Okay, I respect that. But don't pay for that watch, for that Rolex white gold GMT, blue sapphire, diamond stones in the bezel, pave dial. Unbelievable machine. 116759 SA retail price 128,300. Don't pay more than $89,000. And bang! There it is. There it is, boys. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an AP Royal Oak, frosted white, gold, skeletonized, reference number 15407 BC. You know, white gold. Don't get it confused. White gold, frosted white gold. Unbelievable. Boutique. You know, they had to take you to the back room, you know, and give you a massage, if you understand what I'm saying. If you understand, that's good. If you don't, nothing I can do about it. They give you a massage, you know? Unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you, this watch is unbelievable, and I'm going to tell you, this is a monster of a watch. Skeletonized, the whole works, you know? It's unbelievable, this watch. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for it more than $202,000. And you got it, sir. You got it. You want it. Don't pay the $235,000. I gave you the number. I gave you the number for free. Cut the clip and send it to him. That's all I got to tell you. Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on fire today. It's an AP Royal Oak, full stainless steel, skeletonized, dial with an eye-catching tourbillon. You know, a tourbillon eye. Unbelievable, this watch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a monster watch. This watch is more of a monster watch than that white gold, frosted gold, you know? More. It's more. I mean, more. This is a beast, and it's all stainless steel, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what I'm saying. Skeletonized with an eye-catching tourbillon, you know? 41 millimeter. 50th anniversary. Papi, does anybody know what I'm going to tell you to pay for that watch? I'm not going to tell you what it costs. I don't feel like, not today. I don't feel like. You know it costs over $500,000. How's that? Reference number 26735ST. 26735ST. Does anybody know? Nobody knows, huh? Nobody knows. Google it. Yeah, Google it. Okay, Google it. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay. This is a stainless steel watch. Esto es una jodienda. Esto es una jodienda de reloj. Una jodienda de reloj. Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen, for that 50th anniversary. You know, and the roller, you know, 50th anniversary. It's crazy, this watch. Unbelievable, you know. Eye-catching tourbillon. Don't pay more than 200. Wow, man. Let me see this over here. Wow. Thurston, what's going on, Thurston Howard III? Wow. Don't pay more than $262,000. And bam! Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You got that one too for free. It's all for free. All for free. Listen to me. Those channels that were making watch market updates with their channels, they got embarrassed. You know, they got an inferior complex and they ran away because they saw what I was doing. They said, forget it. That guy's doing that. He's going to destroy us. We're just wasting numbers here because this guy's destroying us. You understand me? You understand me? Okay, good. You understand me then. All right. Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, is an AP Royal Oak White Gold, 41 millimeter, blue dial. Reference number 15510 BC. Again, special door in the back. They massage you. You know? They massage you. Massage. They massage you. You know? You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. 15510 BC. Special door in the back. You know? I'm telling you, with a beautiful blue dial. White gold. AP Royal Oak. 41 millimeter. You know? Blue dial. 15510 BC. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch more than $87,000. And bam! You do whatever you want, Poppy. Keep on giving it away. Our next watch is an AP Royal Oak stainless steel 41 millimeter green dial chrono. Reference number 26240. Retail price is $40,500. This watch, ladies and gentlemen, was over $150. in the Corona beer era. $150. Don't pay for that watch more than $50,500 and dead. You do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Richard Mille, the RM030 Ti titanium. This watch was over the hill. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $156,000 and dead. You do whatever you want. This watch here, ladies and gentlemen, is a sadness to hear this. This is a Richard Mille RM011 carbon. You know what carbon is, right? You know, one of those materials, you know, like the NTP, STD, you know, that wishy-washy stuff, you know. I've been telling you guys for the last 2 years, this is going to be the next, you know, Frank Mueller, you know, Cyberstein, you know what I'm trying to say. This is going to be the next watch. It's going to be an embarrassment, you know. All those people, entertainers and ambassadors, they're going to just turn their back and walk away. Get out of here. You know, Felipe Massa, flyback chrono, skeletonized. This is a machine, Bobby. This is like a Formula One in your wrist, you know, all the way up to $475,000, you know. Unbelievable, with that beautiful special rubber bracelet, you know. Unbelievable. Special rubber bracelet, you know. That guy over there, the tunic, you know, the Iron Sheik tunic man, he's going to go nuts. Papi, todo tiene su fin. Everything has an ending. Everything has an ending, papi. Everything has an ending. He made a lot, but maybe he's going to have to eat a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, here it goes. Felipe Massa, flyback chrono, skeletonized. Listen to this, ready? Don't pay more. I'm telling you this, listen to me carefully. Don't pay more than $119,000. Do you know what $119,000 is? I was telling you that for that watch 7 months ago. Last year, how's that? 2024, 170, 160. I'm telling you today, $119,000. How you feel? Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. Por ser palomo. Remember, palomo is naive. Palomo. I remember when it was over $300,000. You hear that? You hear that? Google it. Don't pay more than $119,000. Don't pay nothing if I was you. I wouldn't pay nothing, but I'm just telling you, don't pay more than $119,000. You guys should just be happy with me, man. You guys should, you know, take care and watch out for this channel. That's all I got to say. With thumbs up, you know, thumbs up and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up, you know. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is the Patek Philippe Nautilus. Stainless steel, 5711 with a green dial. 57 with a green dial. The last watch they made, you know. Retail price of $36,000, you know. And this watch was over. It's disgusting. Mr. Donuts, as you remember about this, how much was this watch in that Corona beer era? Somebody put it up there, they know. Somebody put, thank you, Damon. Thank you so much, Papi. Somebody put it up there how much that watch was there for. Huh? That one right there. The green dial. No, Papi. That watch was over. Mr. Donut, please. 5711. Thank you. That watch was over $450,000. $450,000, Papi. Don't pay for that watch. Be smart. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $192,000. And ladies and gentlemen, you're dropping. You're dropping quickly. You do whatever you want. The tariffs are going to finish with all this. It's going to finish. You did. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare your lunchbox and have it ready. You know what that means? I'm not going to tell you. Not for free. I won't tell you that one. Prepare your lunchbox and put it away just in case an emergency. Let me drink some jungle juice. Our next watch is the Patek Philippe Aquanaut, stainless steel, 5167, 40 millimeter. Stainless steel. Stainless steel. Retail price is $25,958. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $48,000. Don't pay more than 48. It's dropping, Poppy. It's dropping big. Dropping big. And my last watch market update of the day, ladies and gentlemen. My last watch market of the day. It is a Cartier Santos two-tone. You know, all these watches that I just finished telling you are for subscribers of this channel. They have requested all these watches. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Cartier Santos two-tone white dial large with a 39.8 millimeter casing. Listen, guys, maybe you don't like this watch. I like this watch a lot. Some of you don't like it, but you have to give the prices out to these people too. You know, it has a retail price of $12,500. Stainless steel with the little screws in gold, you know, and the little bezel in gold. Beautiful watch. 39.8. And I'm going to tell you, sir, if you're going to buy that watch, don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more than $6,200 in dropping. And I'm serious about that. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a lot of fun today with you guys. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I think we covered a lot of things. We make it here fun. We try to make it funny and happy and a little bit of everything. We try to make it a little bit of everything. So you guys, leave out of here, and when you have dinner tonight, you can say a couple of things. Hey, man, I remember about that speech. In the 1960, December the 22nd. And this gentleman brought it back. Because people are skip hopping around through life and they don't know about that, so we have to share with them. So, and I hope you enjoy that, that topic. I hope you enjoy the topic of don't consign your watches. Don't consign whatever you do. Do not consign your watches. And like I told you, the ones that control the information are the ones in control of the power. All right? Don't forget that. The information. We are. They put something in TV and they put in information, and we're jumping and we're the first ones to go ahead, hit me, punch me, bang. You don't know what it was, but you got it. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. And you learn something about the tariffs. It's gonna rattle, man. It's gonna rattle. It's gonna rattle. It's gonna rattle the watch industry. Man, I hope it's just a big publicity stunt. How's that? I really hope so. All right, guys? Don't forget that we have a private watch group under my name, Juan Felipe Nieves. Go to About and you'll find there Opus in Time. Request to join the private group. Maybe you guys will get in. All right, guys? So, nothing, guys. I am very, very happy. All kidding aside, thank you so much for being here with me, guys. Thank you so much for apoyando el grupo, supporting the group, supporting the channel. By you being here, you're supporting the channel. And that means a whole lot to me. All right, guys? I think I covered everything. Anyway, guys, take care and brush your hair. Take care, guys. Thank you.